Hey there friends, it's Megan, and today I am going to talk about some of my favorite nature names. The inner little hippy dippy person in me really loves nature names. A lot of these names are on my guilty pleasure name list. I am going to leave out flower names because that would probably consume this whole list. I love flower names for girls so much. I do have some botanical names, but I tried not to use like obvious flower names. So yeah, I've got 10 names for girls, 10 for boys, and I'm going to go ahead and jump on in with the girls first. And I've got them in order I like them, in least to most, so one being my favorite. So for girls, my number 10 name is Juniper. Juniper is for the juniper tree. It's currently number 833 in the United States. Two of my former coworkers have little junipers, both under the age of 3, and I've never met one before, so I thought that was interesting. And you know how sometimes when you meet someone with a name, you might not be like crazy about the name, but then you start to kind of have a little love for the name because you've met one. That's kind of how I feel with Juniper. It also has a little bit of like a Southern Belle feel to me too. Then I have Lake. So Lake I think would make such a stunning middle name, and I think like Veronica Lake, the actress, I think that combo, something like that, a really grand, beautiful, long, traditional sounding first name partnered with Lake would just be really, yeah. Number 8 choice is Olive for Olive Tree. It's currently number 368. It has jumped up in popularity. I do really like Olivia, but Olivia is so popular. Olive reminds me a lot of that cute little girl in Little Miss Sunshine, and probably because of her, I think of Olive as being really quirky and spunky. Then my number 7 choice is Snow, and it is the beginning of lots of names that end in the OW and that O sound, just to warn you. I definitely like that sound. And Snow is another one I kind of just distinctly like as a middle name, again paired with a really classic feminine sounding first name. My number 6 choice is Willow for the Willow Tree. It's currently number 171, again that O sound. I really like this name. I don't love it, like I can't really see myself using it to be honest, but I definitely think it has a fun flow to it, just within its own, with the name, not even partnered with another name, Willow, and I see why it has been rising in popularity. I get the appeal of this name big time. My number 5 choice is Meadow. Meadow, oh, I think this is so beautiful. Not only do I think the name is pretty, but the imagery that comes to mind when I think of a meadow is beautiful. It's currently number 951 in the United States, so just barely in the top 1,000 here. And it might remind you, if you were a Sopranos fan, of Meadow Soprano. My number 4 choice is Wren. Wren is a cute little bird. It's also a cute little name. There's a YouTube mom I watch that has a darling little girl named Wren, and that made me fall in love with this name so much. It is such like a simple, sweet little name, and I could see it working on so many little girls. The next name I have, the number 3 choice, is Marina. Marina is Latin, it means from the sea. It's currently number 644 in the United States. A marina is literally like a dock or a basin for boats. I love the water. I love the water association. I grew up in California on the coast, Pacific Ocean. I grew up near 2 marinas, like pretty prominent ones. So there is some kind of tie there for me. And I just think Marina sounds really lovely on its own. Number 2 is Winter. Winter is a season. It's currently number 772 in popularity as a name here in the US. I love the sound of the name Winter. I love Wyn in names, like a lot of Welsh names have Wyn, not with this spelling, but yeah. I think the nickname Winnie is so cute. Honestly, I'm not the bravest namer, so I would probably use Winter as a middle name. Yeah, it's really one I could actually see myself using, like a word name, nature name that I would actually really use. And I just, because it's so striking and beautiful and a little bit romantic in a way. And then my number 1 choice is Luna for girls. Luna is Latin and it means moon. It's currently number 223 in the United States. I love this name. I have loved this name since I was a teenager. I love the meaning. I love the sound of it. Again, this is another one that has some romance to it and mystery. All things kind of surrounded by the moon, kind of or tied to the moon have like a femininity to them and like that mystique. And I do like the also, like, side note is the Luna Lovegood association, because she's just so like strong in her sense of self. And yeah, I just think this is such a sweet, pretty little name. On to my boys' names. My number 10 choice is Stone. Stone is a really strong, crisp, one syllable, no nonsense sounding kind of name. It does remind me of, there's a reporter, Stone Phillips. Since Stone Phillips just sound like he should be on TV, I think so. My number 9 choice is Reef. Reef is a bit more of a guilty pleasure name for me. It does sound a little bit like a surfer name. Like I said, I'm from Southern California, so yeah, I could also see this name working really well on a soap opera character, but I think it's a cool name. My number 8 choice is Talon. So Talon is really the large claw that birds of prey have. It's kind of interesting, right? It's currently number 517 in the United States, so not too overused or anything. It does sound and look to me like names that would be on trend. There's somebody I know that watches my videos, I can't think of what your name is, I'm sorry, that loves this name. This name, I think the first time I heard it, it was either... it was a long time ago, I can't remember, on Laguna Beach or the Hills. There was a Talon, possibly on both of those. I don't know, I'm dating myself, but yeah, that's where I heard it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of an interesting name. My number 7 choice is Ridge. Ridge is a line of mountains or hills that kind of make like a crest or a shape out of them. And this is another one that's totally soap opera worthy. It also kind of sounds like a lumberjack to me, like Ridge. It's very manly and strong sounding, and I think it's just a fun word to say. My number 6 choice is Woof. Recently, I have just really liked the name Woof a lot. I do prefer it in the middle name slot again, as I do most of these names. I also really like Wolfgang. I think that is high up on my guilty pleasure list, so that's probably like why I'm liking Woof. For number 5, I have Reed. Reed is like a grass-like tall blade. It's currently number 372 as a name in, with this spelling in the United States. I do prefer the R-E-I-D spelling. This name goes well with so many names as a middle name. Like, it just sounds good with almost anything if you're looking for just a strong, simple middle name. Then I have my number 4 choice is Forest. Forest is a name on my guilty pleasure list, definitely in my top 10 GP names. I love the sound of it. I love what it is. What I don't love about this name is the Forrest Gump association. I mean, I do like Forrest Gump the movie, but I feel like the teasing potential is just amped up with this name. My number 3 choice is Frost. This would kind of be like my male counterpart to the female Winter. Frost to me just sounds so handsome with a classic male name in front of it. I just think that is like really striking and bold almost. And I like Robert Frost, so I feel like it could be a nice nod to Robert Frost as well. My number 2 choice is Rowan. Rowan is a tree. It also means little redhead. It's a Scotch-Irish name. For boys in the United States, Rowan is number 301. For girls, it's number 455. So it is a unisex name. Typically, for names, will have a really strong preference for unisex names if I feel like they sound like more female or male. This is one I can really see on either sex, but I put it on the boys list because I had more girls' names. So yeah. And then my number 1 choice, you probably already know, for boys is River. River is a name in my personal top 10 just favorite names straight up. It's number 407 for boys in the United States. I am hearing this name, people liking it for girls as well. I get it, but I still like it for boys better. And I love that ver sound at the end, like I love ever. Just that sound, I really like it. And then River, there's something really handsome about this name. I definitely think of River Phoenix. But I think River is just one of those really usable, not so obvious nature names. I mean, it's obvious, I guess, what a river is, but it doesn't sound like, I don't know, it just does, it sounds more like it could be mainstream. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for you. Okay, so I've got a couple more nature names I'm just going to rattle off and throw up on the screen because I thought some of you I know like some of these names. So, and I've got them all mixed up, girl and boy. A lot of them are unisex. So they are Ash, Aspen, Autumn, Bay, Briar, Cedar, Clay, Clover, Coal with the spelling, Coral, Ember, Flora, Harbor, Hazel, Kai, Lake, Laurel, Leaf, Oak, Rain, Sage, Sky, and Summer. So I hope you like some of these nature names. Nature names can be so much fun. Let me know your favorite nature names in the comments below. Definitely any others that you think of that I missed on this list that you want to point out, that's fine too. I hope that you're having a lovely day, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe and come back soon. That's enough of my shameless plugs. I'll let you go now. See you soon for the next video. Bye bye.